Have you ever wondered how a seemingly ordinary day can suddenly turn into a nightmare? Picture this. It's 2023, a year like any other in the bustling, vibrant nation of India. But beneath the surface, an unseen wave of calamities is gathering momentum, ready to unleash havoc on unsuspecting lives. This was a year that tested the resilience of the Indian spirit like never before. It was a year of disasters that saw homes crumble, dreams shatter, and countless lives change forever. From the heart-wrenching train derailment in Balasore to the shocking dam burst in the Himalayas, and even the crippling drought in Maharashtra, India faced a series of catastrophes, each leaving behind a trail of devastation. But what makes these disasters so unnerving is their unpredictability. You could be sipping tea in your kitchen one moment, and the next, your entire world could be uprooted. These disasters don't discriminate. They strike when least expected, sparing no one in their path. Yet, it's not just about the physical destruction. It's about the human lives caught in the crossfire. The mothers, the fathers, the children whose lives are irrevocably altered. And beyond the headlines, there's the untold story of the human spirit, of courage, resilience, and the will to rebuild from the ashes. 2023 was not just a year of disasters. It was a year of lessons, of heartbreaks, of coming together in the face of adversity. It was a year that showed us the power of nature and the fragility of life. It was a year that reminded us that we are all in this together. And it's only together that we can weather any storm. So join us as we journey back to 2023, to the heart of these unseen calamities that shook the nation. Discover the stories behind the headlines, the human faces behind the statistics, and the indomitable spirit that shone through the darkest of times. Let's delve into the heart of these cataclysms, starting with the first major disaster of the year. Imagine the horror of a peaceful train journey turning into a catastrophic event within seconds. This chilling thought brings us to Balasore, India, where a heart-rending train derailment unfolded in 2023. A regular day turned into a nightmare when a passenger train carrying hundreds of people collided with a freight train. The result was catastrophic. Both trains were forced off their tracks, leading to the unfortunate loss of 275 lives. In addition to the lives lost, hundreds more were injured, their peaceful journey shattered in the blink of an eye. This tragic event was not the result of a natural disaster or a mechanical failure. It was instead due to an error in the electronic signaling system. The train was led to change tracks, putting it on a collision course with the freight train. Despite the fact that the passenger trains were not overspeeding, this signaling error proved fatal, underscoring the importance of flawless coordination in our complex transportation networks. In the aftermath of the derailment, the crash site was a scene of utter chaos. Survivors, injured and traumatized, were rushed to nearby hospitals. Meanwhile, relatives of the passengers faced the unbearable task of identifying the bodies of their loved ones amidst the wreckage. The Indian government, in response to this tragedy, reiterated its commitment to modernize the railway network. However, the incident served as a stark reminder that accidents can still occur frequently due to human error or outdated equipment. The challenge to prevent such incidents in the future is immense, but it is a challenge that must be met head-on to ensure the safety of millions of passengers who rely on India's vast railway system every day. The tragic loss of life was a harsh reminder of the fragility of our existence. This incident, like many others, emphasizes the importance of constant vigilance, regular maintenance, and the relentless pursuit of safety measures in our transportation systems. It is a call to action for all of us to strive for a safer, more secure future. From the plains of Balasore, we move to the chilling heights of the Himalayas. Here in the rugged and picturesque terrain of India's northeast, a disaster of a different kind unfolded. A dam, the largest hydroelectric one in Sikkim state, gave way, unleashing a torrent of ice-cold floodwaters that swept through mountain towns, causing unprecedented destruction and taking the lives of at least 31 individuals. The cause of this devastating event remains somewhat of a mystery. The waters of a glacial lake had been steadily rising, exerting increasing pressure on the dam. Some theories suggest that a nearby earthquake or sudden, intense rains could have been the trigger that led to the dam's catastrophic failure. The floodwaters were merciless, washing away houses, bridges, and even burying vehicles under a thick layer of mud. The devastation was not limited to infrastructure alone. Over 2,000 people were rescued from the icy deluge, but nearly 100, including 22 brave soldiers, were reported missing. The floodwaters hit pipelines, damaged or destroyed over 270 houses, and even affected army camps. The Indian government, despite the risks posed by extreme weather events, continues to aim for an increase in hydroelectric dam output. However, this disaster has led to a renewed call for caution, particularly given the increasing frequency of such events in the Himalayan region. As we delve deeper into the causes of this disaster, one factor emerges prominently: the impact of global warming and the melting of glaciers. The South Leonak Lake, where the glacial waters overflowed, has been rising due to this very melting of glaciers. This event is a stark reminder that the Himalayas, often called the third pole, due to their vast ice reserves, are not immune to the effects of climate change. The catastrophic event was a stark reminder of the power of nature and the consequences of our actions on the environment. As we grapple with the aftermath of such disasters, the question remains: how can we better prepare ourselves for these increasingly frequent demonstrations of nature's might? From the icy waters of the Himalayas, we descend to the parched lands of Maharashtra. In 2023, this western state of India faced a severe drought, with more than half of its regions gasping for rain. This was not an ordinary dry spell, but one of the worst droughts in recent history. The drought hit Maharashtra hard. Its effects were felt by everyone, from the smallest farmer to the bustling city dweller. Farmers, who form the backbone of the state's economy, saw their crops wither and die. The lack of water meant that irrigation was impossible, and the once verdant fields turned to dust. The repercussions were felt in the cities too, as food prices soared, causing distress to millions. The environment also paid a heavy price. The rivers ran dry and the groundwater levels plunged, leading to a severe water crisis. Wildlife suffered immensely as habitats were destroyed and food sources depleted. The drought also led to an increase in forest fires, further damaging the fragile ecosystem. The authorities, in response to the crisis, took several measures. Water was rationed and in some areas supplied only on certain days. Efforts were made to transport water from other regions, but the logistics were challenging. The government also implemented drought relief programs to support the affected farmers and ensure food security. Despite these efforts, the drought in Maharashtra was a stark reminder of the devastating impact of climate change. It underscored the urgent need for sustainable water management and climate-resilient agricultural practices. And as we grapple with these challenges, we must remember that our actions today will determine the world we leave for future generations. The drought was a grim testament to the growing impact of climate change on our planet. As we reflect on these calamities, we can't help but ponder on their profound implications. The year 2023 was marked by a series of devastating events in India, each narrating a tale of human struggle and resilience. We journeyed through the wreckage of the train derailment in Balasore, a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the dire consequences of human error. Next, we navigated our way through the icy onslaught of the Himalayan dam burst, a testament to the destructive power of nature when aggravated by human activities and climate change. Finally, we walked through the parched landscapes of Maharashtra, a stark portrait of the severe drought that plagued the region, a silent disaster often overshadowed by its more dramatic counterparts, but equally devastating. A common thread weaving through these narratives is the undeniable impact of human activities and climate change. The train derailment highlighted the perils of outdated systems and human error. The dam burst was a grim demonstration of the catastrophic consequences of our relentless pursuit of development, often at the expense of the environment. The drought, on the other hand, underscored the harsh reality of climate change and its far-reaching implications on human lives and livelihoods. These disasters prompt us to reflect on the urgent need for better disaster management strategies. They underscore the importance of investing in modern, safe, and sustainable infrastructure. They also call attention to the pressing need for proactive measures, from improving early warning systems to educating communities about disaster preparedness. Moreover, these events emphasize the importance of sustainable practices. As we grapple with the effects of climate change, it's crucial that we reassess our relationship with the environment and strive for a more harmonious coexistence. While we can't prevent disasters, we can certainly prepare better and minimize their impact on our lives. After all, every life counts and every action matters.